It was on Thursday, December 18, 2014, when Kenyans witnessed one of the ugliest political showdowns in Kenyan parliament. On one hand, were determined Jubilee members with a simple majority to pass a controversial security amendment bill by all means, while on the other hand were outnumbered but defiant CORD members out with a brief to scuttle the special sitting. At the end of the day, it was noisy, messy, chaotic and had casualties as well. The December 18 parliamentary fight, the untold story. My name is Duncan Haemba. A special sitting for the National Assembly had been convened, whose sole purpose was to pass a security law amendment bill number 39 of 2014, a bill to which the minority party had objected and even began by questioning whether it was necessary for members of parliament who had gone on recess for Christmas to be recalled for that particular special sitting.
The majority leader just writes a letter to the speaker requesting for special sitting. Tomorrow he might have a wedding himself for a second wife and he might tell, come for a special sitting here, Mr. Speaker.
I ask kindly that we get some more time, very little more time, to be able to pull people together and to be able so that those of us who may have not seen the committee amendments or may have not seen amendments proposed by members could as well see that many of the issues that they were talking about really have been put to board.
So I don't know what preparations or you needed to do. Maybe you needed to visit some shrine to be prayed for. What preparation did you require?
Speaker Justin Bidan Muturi had overruled objections by CORD MPs and allowed the special sitting to proceed. He thus paved the way for his deputy then, Dr. Joyce Cherono Laboso, who was aware the atmosphere was already charged.
I propose that clause 4 be part of the bill.
Kamama.
The Honorable Kamama. Continue.
However, the CORD team would not allow the business of the day, as was contained on the order paper, to be transacted. And there, the disruptions began.
As many as of a contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it.
Some of them were chanting, others tore up the order papers, forcing the Deputy Speaker Laboso to send a distress call to the Speaker.
I think that matter, if it was handled in a manner of bipartisan, that members of both sides were consulted and got convinced that is a matter of national importance. Security is not about who's in Jubilee and who was in CORD by then. It's about all Kenyans. It's about ourselves. It's even about our security inside Parliament, in the chamber. Because terror can attack even Parliament. If we were told, if that kind of message was brought out and were told members, I think members will have reasoned better than the way they were reasoning. But it was a matter of political, it was turned to a political posturing that we have to score against CORD. We have to score against these opposition guys. And you see, an army can be so few, but there are armies that have won big wars or battles with a very few number. You know, in wars, it's not about the number. It's about the strategies and the tactics.
Apparently, both sides of the political divide had strict instructions from their respective masters to ensure the amendments sailed through and that the bill is passed by hook or crook, and those that had been asked to ensure the special sitting flops.
There were suggestions that came from many of us that if we could get the report of the committee, from the committee, if we could get it away, then we would paralyze the operation. I actually didn't want to assign the responsibility to anybody because I knew the moment we started sharing it a lot, the orderlies of Parliament would get wind, the sergeant at arms would get wind, and we would be stopped in our tracks. So I decided to execute it myself. And that is why I decided to cross the floor and confront Kamama.
The instructions were based from, they were coming from, by then, the principals, the leadership of the court. Yes. Yeah, they were saying that bill is bad for Kenyans. That bill is unconstitutional. The support group were at the balcony there. And unfortunately, some of the members went for them, and you remember what happened? Biting of fingers, stripping of, tearing of trousers, clothes. It was very unfortunate.
And there was no one willing to sit back and look at it from a bipartisan approach. Everyone was excited. You had, the speaker sitting on the seat for his first term. You had the majority leader, for the first time also on his seat. And I think people, and even ourselves, for really the first time in the minority, people were out to prove themselves as to what really they were made of.
What's the hurry of bringing the bill in a special sitting? Special sitting are supposed to be for special matters, extraordinary matters, that the House will be reconvened so they can discuss it. What is so important about an amendment bill? There are thousands of them lying in the queue. So when we resume the sittings, it could have been fast-tracked. And then brought in December 18th, when people are heading to Christmas. They assumed many members will not attend. They will be heading home. 18th, is near 25th, Christmas. So they knew when you put in 18th, many members will be down the villages.
Disruptions continued, and the majority Jubilee Party continued as well with the unstoppable mission. And suddenly came the water.
I had the water bottle in my bag. It was not premeditated, but I felt since I cannot do boxing or whatever, the fighting that the men were doing, maybe I should just use whatever I had to make the peppers a bit wet so that we could listen to each other.
In the end, I said, okay, that is all in the line of duty, because she was not pouring water on me as Joyce. It was because of my role as, as a speaker at that time, and, on a highly controversial, a bill.
What triggered it was the fact that we had said, can we agree? Can we, because of course Jubilee had the numbers. So we had said, can we have at least some level of agreement? Can we determine whether this is a bill concerning counties? Has that concurrence been obtained? Can we look at some of these things? Can we build consensus around them so that even as we move forward, we move when we've already satisfied all ends? So we were not expecting that the chairman of security at the time, Honorable Asman Kamama, would now just rise and continue to move, the clauses as if nothing had happened. So when he rose to move, that is when Honorable Mbadi went and said, what are you reading? And took the papers and tore all of them.
National Assembly Speaker J.B. Muturi had to return to the chambers to steady the ship.
We are living in interesting times where I think members have occasionally decided not to use their power of reason and logic and decided to use fists or the muscle as opposed to the brain.
It was one of the rare occasions where the substantive speaker presided over the committee of the whole House at the committee stage, which allows for amendments to the draft laws or bills.
They scared her until that she said she cannot preside. She feared for her life. That's why I had to now go to, remember, that's one of the few occasions that I've had to go and conduct committee of the whole House. Because I just thought that they were being unreasonable. And for some reason, I don't know why, whenever I walked out, they would just degenerate into chaos.
Even the speaker wasn't spared the wrath of CORD, even as he braved their onslaught. As discord reigned on the floor of the House, a section of CORD senators were upstairs in the speaker's gallery.
I direct that the members in the speaker's gallery
As he directed that they leave the gallery, some infuriated Jubilee members went for their necks, resulting in another scuffle.
Worst things happened later, which were not even captured. The worst happened at the gallery, where now we had to literally fight physically to save and rescue some of the senators.
You remember, if you remember, Senator Modaba came here with his trousers torn at the back. We had Senator Orengo up there. We had Senator Wetangula up there. They were all beaten and their clothes torn. You know, they were saying, what are you people doing here? Yet, of course, you know that people can actually observe what is happening in the parliament. In fact, outsiders can observe it. So what of senators, you know? So they were beaten and they were helpless. And people, members of the National Assembly, had to run up to the gallery to go and try and help them. And, you know, it was very, very funny. They were like children who had been cornered and they were all lifting up their hands and saying, yeah, this one has beaten me, this one, you know? And so it was very, very dramatic, that one.
The thing which was there was people wanted to playing to the gallery. They wanted to show some other people who are not in the house that they were taking, they really obey them. They obey their instructions. So they were not actually, they were misbehaving, in short. And it is deplorable. It brought the house into disrepute.